What up, everybody? It is your boy B, and I am back with my homeboy Psycho, aka Scott Purvis. 22 years to the gate. The man has done some crazy times, guys, and we're here to chop it up, man. We're gonna jump on here and just chop it up with some crazy prison stories, one-on-one, no interview, new style. We're just talking about prison, man. Psycho, what's up, homie?
Hey, what's up, man?
Same old thing, man. We are free. We're out here in the world. How's it feel, man? 22 years to the gate that you've done. How do you feel?
It feels great. I've been out here 6 years, and every day is a blessing. Every day I wake up and I don't see that door and that bed and some ugly ass fucking cellmate. It's good.
Hey, I can't tell you, man. Waking up in your own place. I don't care if you're sleeping in your car. If you ain't even got a car and you're just sleeping in a tent, bro, I prefer to wake up. Huh?
It's better than this. I mean, it's better than that.
Bro, I will wake up in a ditch with no tent, nothing, no blanket, nothing, than sleeping in a cell, bro. Waking up with people I don't want to be around. Waking up with disrespectful people, having to be on point all the damn time. You live 24/7 on point. You never relax. If you do relax, you're getting got. So, bro, it feels great to be out here, man. I'm loving it. Hey, and props to you, man. 22 years, bro. Prison is just a vicious cycle of recidivism. In and out, in and out, in and out. And doing a 22-year bid to be able to stay out the amount of years that you've done, hey, man, hats off to you, homie. Nothing but respect to you, bro.
You know what? You get tired of it. You get tired of it to the point where I don't want to risk going back there for nothing, for a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
You're trying to go back and live up to your name?
No. I'm not trying to go back and do that. Not at all.
Hey, bro.
I'm Scott now. Out here, I'm Scott.
You don't go by Psycho on the street?
Not up here. Not up here in North Carolina.
No, man. You got to leave that behind, right? But you know what,
man? One great thing about being out and you can reinvent yourself. Right. You could be the person you really want to be now.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's real now. I do tell people, hey, Purvis, Scott, I tell people that the person who I am, this is how I did time. But it's absolutely, you cannot come home and be the exact person that you had to be in prison. If you were going to live a life in prison without predators taking advantage of you, without people just manipulating you, extorting you, raping you, taking advantage of you every single day, if you were going to live a life that you did not allow that to happen, no matter how respectful you were, no matter how courageous you were, you can't live that same life on the streets without getting in trouble. And that's real.
No, you can't. It was like this. You had the switch on, and when you come out here, you got to turn the switch off. I mean, I'm still aware of everything going on around me. Some things that I did learn in prison do bode well out here. You know how when you're in there, you can feel tension, you can feel things in the air. You can feel them out here too. And what I do is just go ahead and get away from whatever's going on, you know?
Hey, you said it, man, right there. It's a big difference, right? So in there, 22 years, homie, you know, I did 11 years. I did half your bid, right? So you feel just a change in the environment. You can just hear a change in the environment. Things get a little bit quieter. You can hear it. You can feel it. You can just feel the electricity in the air. But the problem is you can't get away from it. If it's about to pop off in the dorm, on the rec field, wherever you're at, in the chow hall, there's no escaping it. There's no getting away from it, man. We got no options out here, man. You got options.
In there, you're just going to have to ride it out You know what I'm saying? Getting
Yeah,
getting a defensive position, get your back to the wall, and let them do their thing and get it, or whatever's going on, and get it over with.
but sometimes you can't even do that. Sometimes you don't have an opportunity to get your back to the
No,
wall. Listen, man, I'm hyper aware, Purvis. I'm hyper aware of my surroundings, and I have bad hearing. I've been hit in the head way too many times, and my hearing is horrible. But just sounds like if we're talking, that's where my hearing is just totally screwed up, right? But sounds, changes in just the air pressure around me, changes in people's movements, I'm hyper aware about it. But there's been those times where you don't have your time, a moment to get against the wall or hurry up and get out of the way and let people do their
nah,
things. And there's situations where it strictly involves you and it's about to pop off.
yeah.
It is what it is. You got to address it. Like I said earlier, if you're just going to be the one that it's going to pop off on you, and you're going to fold and bend and let it pop off on you.
Like when I was in cells and open pop, I used to take a soda can and put it on the edge where it slides open. So as soon as they pop the door, that can hits the floor. So I'm
Yeah,
up.
that's right. Yeah, that's
Always
funny you
want to
did
be
that.
awake when them doors roll.
Hey, but that's the thing, man. Like I said, I hear all these little sounds. As soon as I start hearing any little click, any change, you hear the clicks, right? As the door start banging, bam, 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 bam. I'm already awake. I'm awake. As
Yeah,
soon as that guard's hitting that button up there, click, 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 I'm awake,
yeah,
man. I'm awake.
yeah,
My feet are on the ground because you don't
yeah.
know. And it's crazy. You got to live like that, but you got to live like that 24/7. There's no relaxation.
24/7. If you slip, they're gonna grip.
They're gonna grip, and
Yeah,
they might grip in a way that you don't like. So it
yeah.
is what it is, man.
How many people we both know gone to Boot Hill? They ain't make it out of there.
Bro, so many people have gone that way that we both know, that we've crossed paths with. And here's the thing too, is what gets me, it gets me on both sides. Whether it's the kid that I seen walking down the sidewalk at Lake Butler on the wrong side, you know about the notoriousness of Lake Butler, right?
Yeah,
Walking down the wrong side at medication, and they scream at him, "Hey, dumbass, come here!" And he looks. He's a little. I've seen this out the window. He's a little young kid, dude, small kid. And he said, "Who are you calling a dumbass?" And they said, "You." Now, you already know when he said to the police at Lake Butler, "Who you calling a dumbass?" This a wrap,
yep. He
bro.
already just sealed his fate.
He sealed his fate just with those words. But here's the kicker, right? He walks over to them and fires on them. I'm talking about took
Yeah,
off on them. And this wasn't no kid. You see a lot of kids come in there with fast hands, fast feet. They can move a little bit. They're throwing powder puffs. No, this kid was trained, literally
yeah,
trained in some type of martial arts, and he was banging them, bam, 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 backing them up. They're like hitting the panic button. Oh, they're not used to
yeah,
somebody getting on them like that, right? And
yeah,
this went on for probably close to a minute. And the squad come, right? The squad comes, they're surrounding him, they're backing him up, they trip him. This was at the West Unit at Lake Butler, and they had this like little drainage ditch across the middle of the field. They trip him in that, and when they land on this kid, bro, it's game time. They are beating this kid relentlessly. And okay, you're gonna I can see you got sideways at Lake Butler, you're gonna get your ass beat. That ain't what happened. They beat this kid. They handcuffed him and beat him all the way to the not chow hall, but medical up top. They're just firing on it, pow, pow, while he's handcuffed. You know what
yeah.
happened to him? What do you think happened to him, Purvis?
Well, then when the next shift came, they gave it to him again. That's what they call changing shifts. They probably beat him for about 2 or 3 days
Nope. They beat that kid that same shift and killed him.
and killed
They
him.
beat him and
Yeah,
killed him right there inside medical. And my homeboy, I was a permanent at Lake Butler. My homeboy worked in medical, and he said that the bathroom, the ceiling, had blood all over it. They beat the kid so bad. The fucking ceiling, bro.
yeah.
So you don't know, man. It's liable to pop every single damn day. But you know what,
And
man?
for
I had a
some,
question, huh?
yeah, and for the stupidest shit, the
Stupid shit.
stupidest little thing you could have with them guards could end up with you dying.
That's real, man. Life
And
done, KO. It's
let
over.
me just say one thing, like some other nasty things, like this one guy had some words when I was on CM with this officer, right? And this officer come back and he opened the flap to give him his toothpaste and toothbrush and all that. And the officer stuck his hand there and he turned his body from the camera and cut himself and said, "Oh, he cut me." That was at Santa Rosa. And the guy got 15 years for that. And the cop come back bragging to the whole wing that's what he did.
Wow. That's crazy, bro. I want to talk to you more about that because I watched this show last night on Netflix about this kid. His last name is Ferguson. He got framed for a murder, bro. A murder and a robbery, and it was clearly evident that he didn't do it. And they sent the kid to prison for 40 years at 19 years old. And he sat in there. We're going to get into it. I'm going to tell you about the story on another video, man. But it's brutal how these people just set you up. Whether it's the judicial system, the cops, the prosecutors, even the judges hide evidence or allow evidence to be hidden. The correctional officers, that's crazy, man. 15 years, and the man cut himself.
And especially if they want to do it to you in one of them counties, like Bradford County.
Bro.
Where
I did a lot of my time right
related.
there. I did a lot of my time in the Iron Triangle. So you got Bradford, Union. When they want you, honestly, you know what, man? I don't even know how I made it out of there alive. With the crap that I pulled, the crap that we had going on, I do not know how I made it out of there because, like you said earlier, Boot Hill, where people it's over with. You're dead. You're in the grave, right? But you know what, man? How many people did you see catch some time and they're just like, you know what? I can't handle it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. In fact, I'm out of here. And they actually took their own life.
I give you one story that's real bad. I was at Tomoka, and I was on the disciplinary wing there, and they had they had it in a T building, and I was up at the window, and then across from us, if you look out the window where the T is, they had check-in upstairs, and a person I knew checked in over there, and I was like, "Hey, Dale, what you doing over there, man?" And he goes, "I'm fixing to check out, buddy." He said, "I checked in, but I'm going to check out. I'm tired of this shit." You know what I mean? I'm like, you know how some people say it, and say it, and you're like, yeah, some people put on the hits that they're going to kill themselves. That man checked in, took a sheet, stuck it through the hole in the top bunk. He was in the cell by himself, put it around his neck, and used a magazine as a torque, and killed himself.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't cut out for it, man. A lot of people don't understand or know how to do time. It's crazy because we got one. That's all we got, man. We got one life. We could talk about what comes after life. Who knows? None of us know for sure. We got one that we know of, man.
But
some people
they make people's lives such a living hell that a lot of people would rather be dead than live through that shit. Look at where you were up there with where you were up there on XWing.
Yeah, where Frank Valdez was.
Right. Frank after his killing, they started putting in cameras and stuff. It helped a little bit, but they know how to get around that.
Listen, did you ever go to XWing?
Huh?
Have you ever been on XWing?
A long time ago, I went there when it used to be a psych wing, right?
All right.
It used to be a psych wing downstairs, and I was only there a short time.
Well,
but I know what it is.
Let me tell you about the cameras. So when you go in XWing, you got the officer station, and then on each side you have a wing that goes with 6 cells. So you got 6 cells on one side, 6 on the other, and then above it you got 6 and 6. So you got 24 cells, right? And when you go down that wing, down that hallway, the camera is in the hallway. But here's the problem. You got to go in each cell through the door And then when you enter into that part, you're just in a vestibule. So every cell
Yeah.
has its own vestibule that the
Yeah,
camera cannot
yeah.
see.
So they can't really see in there.
No, the
No, but
camera
I'm
can't
saying
see in
when
none
they
of the
do,
cells.
when after Valdez died, they were supposed to use cameras for all entry and use of force. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right. Yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah.
And Valdez didn't die; they murdered that
Oh yeah,
man.
they murdered him.
They,
They
bro,
murdered him. I talked about it. I talked about it with Jake.
1090 Jake, yeah, salute to him
Yeah,
too, man.
how that was like a big and I said that was a big case where everybody got to see, but there's thousands and thousands of people, not hundreds, not 20, not 50, thousands of people that died by the hands of the shit eaters.
Oh man, yeah, it's countless, man. You know what, man? I work for somebody. We're gonna wrap it up right here and start. We're gonna crank out another video after this one. But I worked for a dude named Mr. Griffiths in Lake Butler. Notorious old man, worked in DOC. It was a white shirt for years, and he took like him and I became really close just because he left security and came back after he retired as a free world worker in the maintenance department. And the man actually treated me like a person. And, you know, I got treated like VIP by working with him because everybody loved the man. He was an old man. He had a lot of money. The women loved him.
Fred,
So,
was it Fred?
yeah, Fred Griffiths.
Yeah, I knew him when he was a cop at Union.
Yeah. 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 You worked at Union. So he told me one day, we're riding the golf cart around working maintenance, right? And he said, you see these woods out here? You know, the woods all around Lake
Yeah,
Butler? He said, there is countless people buried in these woods that
yeah,
nobody will ever know about. He told me that out of his own mouth. That ain't somebody, my homeboy knew him and told me, no, 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 no. This man told me that. He said this
yeah.
institution is built on people's bodies. It's
And
crazy.
him and his family put a whole bunch of them in there too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah.
Hey, they're notorious, the Griffiths family.
Yeah, they are, man. They are. Psycho, man. It's a pleasure freaking talking to you, bro. Love to see you out here in this world, man, living your life, not having to be in there on point daily. You know, I want to jump back on here with you, man. I want to talk to you about another story, man, about greasing the wheels, keeping things moving, doing your hustle. Because, look, man, well, let's face it, you were a notorious hustler inside of prison, but you had to do that. It was like a greasing the wheels to keep things going because there's a lot of hate when you're hustling in prison, man. So we're going to jump back on and talk about that as well. But with that, what do you got for everybody watching before we chop it up right here, man?
What I got to say is everything is about choices. And before you do something you shouldn't be doing, you need to weigh the choices. You need to think about the repercussions of what you're doing, because at a blink of an eye you could lose your whole freedom forever.
Forever, man. That's real talk, man. He said it right there, guys. Pay attention, man. Hey, bro, I appreciate you coming on with us. Guys, if you haven't already done it, show some love. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Tell us what you would like to hear from Psycho. The man's got 22 years down. His name was Psycho. His name is known around the state. You don't get a name being a white guy in Florida prison, the name of Psycho easily. And you ain't going to carry that name for all that time easily. So if you guys want to hear some more things from Psycho, be sure to drop some comments and let us know. With that, much respect to everybody. Thank you for watching.